Alright, Retro Gaming Live fans, welcome back to JANKUARY. My name is chessjerk, and I got some jank for you. I hope you all been enjoying the jank from earlier today, but I have a janky Sega Master System game for you that I hope you all enjoy. But the first thing we gotta do, is the most important thing, is we gotta reset the whole console, because... I love that sound, not gonna lie. Alright. So we got Zillion for you. And you may be wondering, what kind of jank is this? Well, I'll try to explain. So, but we're gonna start very, very quickly here because it's a pretty short game, relatively speaking. We're gonna pass through all the text. We don't need to listen about any of this. We're just gonna start here. So, all right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we have our protagonist JJ. This game is based on anime that I've never seen, and shout out to my brother in chat who promises if I ever get this into a GDQ, he's gonna watch the anime so we can talk about it during the run. Odds of that happening are pretty low, so that's okay. But I mean, I've called it a Metroidvania. It's not really a Metroidvania, but the controls are pretty. They're pretty janky because it's JJ's got an awkward running motion. We got these mines we jump over. You got to do a pretty precise jump to get over them. If you do a full jump, you smack your head in the ceiling and go right down onto the mine, which is bad. But if you jump too late, then you just run into the mine anyway. But you know, it's not game-ending if I do so. But yeah, so the main gameplay you'll see here is I have these rooms that have canisters. You blast open the canisters and see what's inside. Some of them will have codes to open doors to progress. So see here's the door here. I gotta get 4 codes. See these keywords. And I gotta memorize these keys. And the codes change every single time, so you can't just memorize the entire game. And then you put these codes into the computer, and the door unlocks. So yeah, I gotta get at least 1 blue card. If you do the code right, you get the card back. I will pick up about 4 or 5 of these cards because you can use the computer to do other commands to warp around the maze and turn off barriers and so on and so forth. But I don't do any of those in a normal run, per se. See, I just ran into both those mines because my jump decided to not work either time, but that's okay. So we're almost dead, but we got these level ups. The level up refills your health, which is nice. And these Opa-Opas, very important. See that? I don't know why shooting the wall there opens that door. Shout out to the 15-year-old YouTube video I once watched to figure out how to do that. So we use this code here, which warps us back to the start, which is good. That whole area there was a required diversion to upgrade my gun. And there's no way around it that I'm aware of. So if anyone figures that out, you know, that'd save a lot of time. He can't, so you see there's some canisters that I intentionally skip because they either have nothing in them or nothing, you know, they have nothing important, so I just skip them. That is not the right code. Let's try that again. There you go. One missed code entry. I'm good for at least a few of those a run. It's tough to memorize these codes as fast as I'm trying to get them. Alright, so the jank is coming up. Now, with the main jank, there's a why is here is coming up. So the main jank is in the any % category. To start off, there's good and bad endings. Good ending, you save your comrades. Bad ending, you don't. It changes 1 screen at the end. Yeah, it is what it is. But any % also takes advantage of an invincibility glitch, which happens if you die during a screen transition, which I hopefully will pull off right here. So pay very close attention to that barrier on the bottom. It is not a foregone conclusion either. I gotta be very, very careful. I will probably kill the guards just to make sure that they don't do something stupid. So. Alright, so I need to lower my health. Nope, I did it wrong. Hang on. There you go. I died. Oh, wait. And I can't take damage. And I have 0 health. Interesting. I gotta level up. I'm back up to max health. But I can run through the barrier. I can set off the alarms. But I can't interact with enemies. There you go. So now for the rest of the run, I'm just going to run through everything. I hope everyone's okay with that. I will not be shooting anywhere. It's more like a pacifist kind of playthrough, you know? It's fun. Alright, so now to get back into the actual requirements. There's a floppy disk right there. The actual things you need to beat the run. So there are 5 of those floppies scattered around the maze. I need to grab all 5 of them, as well as a red card to access the main computer. Because not only are you supposed to save your comrades, you're supposed to blow up the base. So in order to access the final computer to blow up the base, you need the red card and all the floppies. So I'll be grabbing those as I go around. I'm also trying to make sure I don't try not to forget any codes here. What I've done is I assigned a name. I mean, I've been playing this game for a very long time. I've been playing this game for over 30 years. So what I did as a young person back in the day, what I did was I assigned a name to all of the codes. Like, you know, so the first one looks like an M, so I call it an M. The second one is obviously a heart, so I call it a heart, gotta have heart. You know, and so on and so forth. So that's, in case you're wondering how I see the codes so fast, that is how I do that. And also, I don't stop while moving the cursor along the bottom to enter the codes, which has taken me quite a bit of practice to do efficiently. And I'm also, again, as I mentioned, I'm skipping containers that I know don't have anything. And memorizing which ones I need to do, or need to open, is difficult, but I've managed to do it over the years. Alright, so there's 3 main areas. This is the light blue area. The light blue area is gone. Shout out to the light blue area. I've completed you. Alright, there's 1 floppy there. There is 2 in the upcoming red area, and there's another 2 in the dark blue area. The red area is actually the shortest, because a lot of it can be skipped. There's a huge section in the bottom that has literally nothing you need, so we just skip the whole thing. You also might be wondering why I'm even collecting level-ups, even because I'm invincible. Level-ups actually increase your running speed, so collecting them actually does save time in the run. So that's why I collect them. Normally I collect them to, you know, have higher health and reduce damage, but here it's just strictly for running speed. So you see, JJ is running noticeably faster if you were paying attention to the beginning of the run. So see all these mines? Yeah, don't care. Just run right over them. Imagine doing all those jumps to get past them. Did I see that code right? I hope I did. Okay, good. I would say out loud what I call the codes, but some of the names are not savory for mixed company, so I will keep them to myself. Alright. The maximum level is level 8. This is the last level up right here. So 840, you see 840 in your maximum health, you know you're at level 8. Any further level ups will simply refill health, and I don't need to because I will literally take 0 damage the rest of the run. Alright, there is a floppy in that container right there. The funny looking container on the right. Unfortunately, it needs a level 3 gun, and I don't have a level 3 gun, nor do I even have access to level 3 gun yet. So, we will wait and get that when I find a level 3 gun. Alright, so, interesting here is that if there's a path up and to the right here, this is where Apple is, one of my comrades. Again, in the any percent category, we do not save our comrades, so we will wave goodbye to Apple and say, I'll save you in the next good ending run, but that's not going to happen. Now, for whatever reason, I can shoot through that wall. I don't know why. You can. It's a shortcut. Don't ask questions. That is one of the reasons why the bottom section of the maze can be totally skipped, because of that shortcut. I mean, it's intended, as far as I know. That's not jank. That's just an intended shortcut. Maybe. I mean, it could be. I wasn't a developer of the game. Oof. Did not mean to kneel there. Normally I would be kneeling a lot to kneel or to crawl on my belly under gunshots of the enemy, but I don't have to. So. Probably didn't need to go across the top. There's a sensor here, an alarm right there. You can't see. There are alarms scattered around the maze. You can't see them unless you have a scope, and there are no scopes on my path, and I already know where all the sensors are, so I don't bother picking them up. So. Oh no, I killed an enemy. Alright, there's my level 3 gun. I got the level up. That's more force of habit than anything else. I've done regular, glitchless runs for so long. Old habits die hard. Alright, let's try this code. The 6th code took you back to the start. That 7th code takes you back to your last elevator, which is really conveniently placed because I need to go back here anyway with my shiny new level 3 gun to go get this floppy that I skipped. Also, there was a floppy in that room with the level 3 gun. And there you go. So, 3 floppies down. Red area, just have to backtrack again and then go past where the 2nd floppy was. Nice shot. Went through the screen transition. Nice. And yeah, we are done with the red section. And we're only 10 minutes in. This run is so fast. And now we have a long fall. We're going to test JJ's boots. We're going to do this to get there, because falling is faster than actually holding down to move the elevator. But I think it's 9 screens of falling, so we say, yo, chat, how's it going? I hope everyone's enjoying JANKUARY today. I was lurking some of the earlier runs. Lots of jank. You gotta love it. And hey, we're at the bottom. Okay, good. Whew, man. Safe. Alright. So, now, the last section, the dark blue section, is incredibly convoluted. And trying to get through, remembering where I have to go, is easier said than done. So, we'll do our best. Oddly enough, the path... I didn't even enter the code. Nice. Hello? No? There you go. Nope, I entered the code wrong. What did I do wrong? Alright, well... Whoops! Luckily you can collect it again. Just a big time loss, but, it's all good. I knew those two. What were these two? Oh, I see what I did. Okay. My finger failed me the first time. It didn't hit the 8 fast enough. I missed it entirely, then I forgot about it. Classic. Alright. But yeah, as I mentioned, the path to the end is actually in the start of the section. But I have to collect 2 floppies and unlock everything. So, yeah. We gotta do all that first. Also, jumping, like, in a 1 tile gap is supremely annoying and hard to do. That's a food right there. Again, I don't need health, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright, so this is the actual, this is going down from this room here. That goes towards the end. But again, I haven't unlocked everything, nor do I have the floppies that I need. So we'll go through those first. It's a bit of a time save there. If you're right in between 2 canisters, you can shoot once and open them both at the same time. Saves a couple shots. Alright, so the path up here goes forward, but again, I gotta do this bottom path here to, again, further the opening of the path to the end. And these walkways are another reason why I need the level ups, because JJ has a very hard time running against the grain on the conveyor belts when he doesn't have level ups and can't run fast enough. It's very painful to watch.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm doing Zillion.
You enjoy yourself.
Say hi to my wife, chat.
You're supposed to say hi, chat, wife, whatever, something. What is it? How does that go? Shirley, don't call me Shirley. You know what I mean.
Yes. Thank you. My wife says hi, chat. Alright. Alright, so I also have to make sure that I don't accidentally go on the path to Champ, which is the other ally you can save. Because I'm not saving him. Sorry, Champ. Catch you next time. Alright, so floppy here. Grab that real fast. So I have 4 floppies now. These guys just can't, they can't figure out why they can't shoot me. Our guns don't work. I don't understand. Our guns have they're made of jank. And those got caught in the crossfire there, so. Yeah. Had a moment there. Okay, good. Second try, best try. Second try every time. I remembered that one. I am kind of sad that I screwed up a code so bad that I lost a card. That feels bad, not gonna lie. I haven't lost many cards in my lifetime. I'm actually gonna collect this card. I want to make sure I don't run out. Yeah, nice jump. Alright, so. There's the red card that I need to access the computer is in that container up there. I can't jump up there. If I could, I would save a lot of time. But I can't. So. But we are still unlocking the path to the end. You can see that I'm opening doors that I don't even have access to yet, but I will soon, I promise. This is all required. There's another gun power up there. Obviously, I don't need it. Level 3 is the maximum gun. Okay. Alright, so the path up there goes to Champ. Sorry, Champ. We're going somewhere else. We're going this way. Jumping our mines? Nah. This also is a good time to show, talk about these guards. Some of the guards have different personalities, which is interesting. Some of them just shoot you. Some of them kneel and shoot you. Some of them just rush at you and try to slam you with their body. And, yeah. In a run where they actually can hit you, it actually makes a difference. But here, not so much. We're coming on to the final floppy. Got about 5 or 6 more rooms. To the right there goes the Champ. We are not going to go that way. We're going to go up instead. That one got caught in the crossfire. Oops. Opened the wrong one. Hashtag wrong canister. Can that be a hashtag? Maybe. Oops. I suppose anything can be a hashtag, really. Start trending is wrong canister and no one will understand why. Alright, the path to the left there goes to the last floppy. So the last floppy is now unlocked. But I have to go all the way around to get there, so... Let's do that real fast. Ah, hashtag missed a jump. That's better. That's an easier one to comprehend, I guess. Picked up another card. I got so many cards, I don't know what to do with them all. I could go check how many cards I have, but because my pause button is unlocked, or is locked from the glitch, I literally can't check how many cards I have, so... I always thought it was interesting that the card counter stops at 10, but it does count beyond 10. I mean, I think there's like 50 cards total in the maze, so... And if you ever run out, you can go back to your ship at the start and get more cards. Because there is a finite number of cards, but... Emmy at the ship. If you have no cards, you go to Emmy. Emmy, I need a card. Ah, sure, no problem. I have a card right here with your name on it. Alright. That lonely canister on the top there with the last floppy. Alright. I could also check to make sure I have all 5 floppies, but again, I can't pause my game. So we're just going to assume we have them all. I'm pretty sure we do. But I say we should warp back to the last elevator. which works out perfectly because the only elevator in this entire section is at the beginning, which is where the path to the end is. It's all coming together now. Absolutely, absolutely incredible. Also, can you believe I haven't taken a single point of damage in like 15 minutes? Amazing. Alright, last computer code. Can I do it right on the first try? It's an easy one. It's okay. One of the references I use for codes is in the demo. The demo uses the same 4 codes every single time. And if I see that code like -1 character, then I say, oh, it's the default code, you know, with such and such, with an M replacing the, you know, the fountain or whatever it is. That's one of the ways I remember the codes. All right, last goal. Don't forget the red card. This guy's guarding the red card so well, or he would have been if he could hit me. Good job. Alright, so, got this mysterious black room with guards. I'm sure it's nothing. To the final computer. Enter. When you have a code called base explosion, you should probably use it to explode the base. Just saying. Gotta get out in 300 seconds, getting through this empty room. Oh, wait. Anyone see that coming? And it's dead. I believe a common trope is giant space flea from nowhere, and I believe that fits that description. Because there is no indication of any bosses in this game, but there's a boss right there, who only shows up when you set the base explosion code. So now the goal is to get the heck out as fast as possible. You have a full 5 minutes to do so. You know, now, if you're me 30 years ago who finally got to the final boss and finally killed it, and only had Champ left, who runs the slowest of the 3 of them, and you don't remember how to get out, you get to experience exactly what happens when you run out of time. Which is the screen shaking. If anyone's ever played Air Fortress or the NES, you know, when you blow up the core and the base starts disintegrating, it's that feeling. And you know, the screen starts shaking and everything goes to white, and then it's game over. So, but if nothing else, you get to enjoy the tunes for another minute or so. Oops, and hashtag missed a jump again. Again, jumps incredibly janky. Trying to get timing on them right and not hit your head or miss your platform. Tough to do. My old SDA PB from way back in the day. The only thing I did wrong in that run is I missed the last jump 3 times, which was incredibly annoying in a run where I didn't miss a single computer code and really was pretty good, you know, platforming wise the entire way, but just missed the last jump 3 times. Never forget. I mean, that run had to be almost 20 years ago at this point. Was I ever that young? Probably. Back in the light blue section. We'll be done here in about 45 seconds, probably. Just know your path. You can actually, you know, I say soft lock, but you can actually, if you go into a door you haven't opened yet, you can get yourself stuck. So, alright, here's the jump. And, oh, nailed the first try. Nice. That is the jump I messed up 3 times in my very old PB from back in the day. Good times. And then we do a big jump to get out. Made it. And then we hit time as soon as we enter the ship. And time. There you go. Oh! Great! Alright, so this is the only screen, if the difference between good and bad ending, this screen is the only difference. This screen says, you lost some of the Zillion men, even though Apple's not a man, he's a woman, but, you know, whatever. Even though some were lost, mission was successful. Otherwise, if you save them, it says, you saved everyone and completed your mission. And then everything else exactly the same. So, go figure that out, because I can't. As we say a prayer for our departed friends, and then we see everyone's statistics. because that is surely a thing in these type of games. It'd be no surprise to anyone that the Japanese version of this game gives you everyone's measurements as well, because that is the most important thing that we all need to know. So, go figure that out. And look, it's JJ. You done good, JJ. You could have saved your comrades, but yeah, whatever. And then finally, Opa Opa. Shoutouts to Opa Opa. Opa Opa did an excellent job to level me up during the run. Alright. But that is all the jank I have to offer everyone tonight. I hope you enjoyed Zillion. This is, I think, the third time I've done Zillion for RGL in various capacities. Someday I'll do a good ending run. We'll save that for next time. Next time I put Zillion in Retrothon or something, maybe I'll do good ending. I think it's overdue. I'll say that. But then we get to the very end, and it says Top Dream. Excellent. And hear the music quietly fade out. And back to the title screen. Like it never happened. Alright. Thank you all very much for watching. Had a blast. Enjoy. My brother is coming up next with more jank. I can't believe it. Stay tuned for that.